Leo Santa Cruz says he understands that the Chris Avalos fight isn't the fight that the fans want to see. Excuse me, and says if it's no big fights at featherweight, which is 126 pounds, he's moving up to 130. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow, back with the boxing clinic, nighttime grind, you dig. And this dude is delusional, you know. He said if no big fights at 126, you are the one that's holding up big fights. You know, the biggest fight you fought was Carl Frampton. He did fight Abner Mares at 126. I didn't consider that a big fight. I consider Abner Mares an afterthought. After Johnny Gonzalez, you know, put his chin on ice, he's not the same fighter. So he had one big fight at 126. He never called out Joseph Diaz. He never called out Gary Russell. He didn't call out Lee Selby. He didn't call out Oscar Valdez. There's big fights at 126 for him. A lot. You know, that he didn't accomplish. He never called out Gary Russell. He never called out Lee Selby. You know, they probably had to force him to take the Carl Frampton fight. He didn't call out JoJo Diaz. He didn't call out Oscar Valdez. So how the fuck is you talking about ain't no big fights at 126, you moving up? Excuse me. How? This dude is a fraud, man. He's the absolute anti-boxing Christ it can get. You know, his father says, "Oh, we don't want to fight him. He's boring. Oh no." You know, he letting his father dictate his career too much. And they fought all these ice cream and part-time construction worker, ice cream driver guys. You know, and you know they get good paydays. That's all. And you talking about people talking about Floyd only fight for the money. This guy and Pacquiao in there for the money. Cotto in for the money. This dude is moving. Santa Cruz is moving like he's in the same class as Marquez, Pacquiao, Mayweather, in that class. And he's not even in the class with the guy like Danny Jacobs. He's not even in the same class as Danny Jacobs skill-wise or boxing career-wise. You know, he's a lower-level boxing guy, to be honest. You know, he don't have no skills for real, in my opinion. You know, he's just bigger than everybody else. He's taller. He's longer. That's it. He don't have no good power. You know, he got a solid chin. He just throw a lot of punches. That's it. You know, he enjoys a size advantage. And that's how he gets by. You know, he just don't do nothing. Like in boxing, like I had promise for him. I thought he was going to continue to get better. There's no improvement. He ran from Rigondeaux at 122. Now he moved up to 126. He's running from Gary Russell. He's running from Lee Selby. He's running from Oscar Valdez. He don't want to fight them. Now he want to move it to 130. What you think he'll do at 130? He going to try to fight Giselle Corrales and get a belt and hold it capture. Because he's not beating Miguel Burchett. He's not beating Gervonta Tank Davis. He's not beating Vasily Lomachenko. He's not beating those guys. How you going to move up and fight bigger and better guys when you can't even fight what's in front of you? Nobody calls for him. Nobody calls for him to fight Gary Russell. Don't none of y'all call for that shit. Nobody calls for him to fight Lee Selby. Nobody calls for him to fight Oscar Valdez. Nobody calling him a duck for ducking Abner Mares in a rematch to go fight Chris Avalos. You know, maybe people don't care, or because he Mexican descent, he get a pass. But he's the worst thing in boxing. You know, people dog Adonis Stevenson. You know, people dog Floyd. Oh, he did this, he did that. But they won't dog Leo Santa Cruz. You know, the shittiest person in boxing. You know, boxing personality-wise. You know, they don't make him do nothing. He fought Carl Frampton, and before he fought Carl Frampton made his U.S. debut, was on the canvas 2 or 3 times in his debut in the United States in that fight. Versus a guy I can't even remember. You know, nobody's put no pressure on him to do anything. Nobody says nothing. Other boxers do things that's semi worse, and they get killed. And people kill Canelo. Oh, Canelo gave the belt to Triple G. Santa Cruz gave up everything at 122 to avoid Guillermo Rigondeaux, and y'all don't say nothing. Nothing about this guy. He get the most pass in a boxing game ever. Ever. Tank say, "Oh, I don't want to fight Lomachenko. It would make a break career. Y'all dog Tank out." This dude ran from Rigondeaux. This dude ran from Gary Russell. He ran from a whole division. He act like he did the greatest body of work at featherweight. At 126, he act like he was just the shit at 120. Like, I beat 35 top 5 contenders. I beat all the champions. Ain't do a fucking thing. Let's just keep it 100. You know, Carl Frampton's not better than Gary Russell. He may not be better than Lee Shelby. Potentially. He may not be better than Oscar Valdez. I think I put money on all three of them to beat Carl Frampton at this point. You know, no knock to Carl Frampton. And then he talking about moving up to 130. Do you know what those dudes at 130 would do to Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton? That's like a boxer's buffet dream. You know? Burchett will murder both of them. And Tank and Lomachenko, man. These dudes some clowns. It is what it is.